60 billion tourist dollars we have lost this year already. 33,000 jobs lost in the month of June. I saw a maggot say, "What a great week for taco." Really?
Talking about America empty. Look at these airports. Nobody. I do it.
I'm not complaining. I have no idea what's going on, but I'm in the Atlanta airport and it's empty. It's like no one in here. I'm shocked. Apparently this is the busiest airport in the world. I believe that. I've been here 1,000 times. But today, it's not busy at all. So much negative space.
Guys, I'm at JFK Airport at the immigration right now. Behind me, you see there's no lines for tourists. There's only Americans coming back home, but there's no tourists coming to America right now. Nobody wants to come to Trump land, huh? People are boycotting the US.
All right, this time is not too busy.
Visitors are even being told by their home countries to take their vacations and money elsewhere.
Do you feel like your friends and family feel comfortable traveling there?
No, nobody I know back in England or here.
And then the police can take them and just take them to a country outside the States, and then they're not a protected citizen anymore.
Horror stories are emerging of treatment at the border, with one story so shocking it's got many asking if America is still safe.
I think the atmosphere is changing there, so I would prefer we'll go there. I'd probably stay in Europe.
On a quiet stretch of border between Ontario and New York, something strange is happening. The duty-free shops are still stocked, the highways are still open, the signs still read, "Welcome to the United States." But the cars? They are not coming. Not like they used to. The numbers are in, and they are shocking. Canadian road trips into the United States have dropped more than 35% this year alone. That is not a slump, that is a crash, and it is just the beginning. Across airports, amusement parks, and hotel lobbies in America's most visited cities, the silence is growing louder. International travelers, once the lifeblood of United States tourism, are disappearing. From Mexico to Germany, from China to the United Kingdom, fewer people are flying in, fewer are booking tours, and fewer are spending money. It is not a pandemic. It is not fear of war. This time, the enemy is paper-thin but politically loaded tariffs. And together with diplomatic retaliation, price inflation, and economic uncertainty, they are draining the United States tourism sector of its lifeblood.
Okay, this is not normal. These are major US airports. And no, this isn't during the pandemic. This is right now in 2025. So, what in the world is going on? These airports used to be packed 24/7, but today it's a ghost town. Tourism in the US has dropped to record lows, and people from all over the world are saying, "We are not coming." Let's break this down, because this isn't just about fewer flights or delayed vacations. This is a message to the US, and it's loud and clear.
I am so glad that I've cancelled all travel to the United States. The news just beeped up that the Orange Man has just cancelled all negotiations for trade with Canada. Once again, he's just a bully, and a failed bully, and a misogynist, and a convicted felon, and of course I think 6 bankruptcies. And now he's started war in the Middle East after promising, of course, peace all over the world. And at one point he thought Putin should be the arbitrator of peace. But even more seriously, a Canadian died in an ICE detention center in Florida, a Canadian citizen. So that is on them. That is murder, or it certainly is neglect. I read the other day about a woman of Guatemalan origin not given prenatal care and losing her child and being forced to have a stillbirth in detention. This is how horrible it is. This is so inexcusable. And if you can broaden your feed a little bit, just to get news sources from different areas, read all the quotes that keep showing up from Anne Frank, looking out her window during Nazi occupation and saying, men with their faces covered are taking people. You know, that's what this feels like.
Because who the hell wants to go on holiday in Gilead? Who wants to go on holiday in Gilead, please? Because I don't. Red is not my colour. It's not. Every other day there's a horror story about someone who has tried to travel to the USA. Every single day. Stopped in the airport, can't get through, held up for hours, being questioned, having their phones looked through, having their emails looked through, having their social media looked through. Why would anybody want to pay for that? Especially when the whole world is there to travel to. The one silver lining in all of this for everybody else, not the USA, like you lot are cooked, but for the rest of the world, it means that this is going to open up tourism for so many other countries that other people would never really have considered going to. They're going to start going to them now. And I love that for the economies of other countries, because the USA, yeah, you lot are cooked.
Will, and they are not wrong. Between mass shootings, harsh immigration policies, crazy unpredictability, and even the fear of being mistakenly detained and sent to a country they have never been to, people are opting out. Tourist numbers are down double digits. Even Disneyland is seeing fewer international visitors. When Mickey Mouse starts missing you, you know it's serious.
Yesterday at Disneyland, the loading tram was empty.
I went to Disneyland in California on June 27th, a Friday. And Disney can't even pull people now. Disney was not crowded at all. It was the least crowded I've seen it since I was a child, and tickets were $20. I've lived here my entire life. Haven't seen it like that in, I'm not going to tell you how old I am, many years. We got off the tram and we're in no time. The line to get through the ticket booth was like not even maybe 10 people deep. Nothing. The sidewalks were not crowded. Rope drop, nobody cared. The first ride we got to in Star Wars Land, I'm pretty sure we were the first or second group of people on there. It took us longer to walk through the empty line. It was just dumb. I mean, by 10 o'clock, we had ridden 5 rides, messed around because we had a bunch of kids, and been to the bathroom like 3 times. Like, it was cuckoo bird. Disney can't pull people. We're fucked.
Meanwhile, Europe is booming. Africa is attracting digital nomads. Even countries like Colombia and Thailand are seeing tourist surges. The US used to be the dream vacation. Now it's kind of like the warning label.
A year ago, May, I looked and I was averaging 20 people on this tour.
And today we had
5. 6. We had 6.
The travel industry is bracing for what is shaping up to be a really tough year. They're expecting to lose some $12.5 billion, that's with the B, billion dollars in revenue this year. What's the reason why? Well, international travelers are avoiding the United States. And nowhere is that more apparent than right here in New York City, where they're expecting a 17% drop in international travelers this year. Right now, the United States in some ways is a tough sell. In this climate, guides like Renee Wawiski, who leads historical walking tours, are now worried about their future.
I'm not sure what we can do. I'm not sure how to change the attitudes, but just know people are losing their jobs in New York City.
What would you say the outlook is?
I'm not sure. In June, I have 1 tour so far. I'm used to working 3 days a week, 2 tours a day, up until a couple months ago.
Everybody's going everywhere else except America. Imagine having all the cool cities, world-class events, Taylor Swift, Beyonce, and still folks are like, nah, I'm good. This is about more than just empty seats on planes. It's about America's global image. For years, the country sold itself as the land of dreams. But now, that dream is starting to look more like a nightmare for outsiders.
Hello from Buffalo, New York, on the shores of Lake Erie, directly across from Ontario's Niagara region. This is a city best known for its chicken wings and football, but for people from southern Ontario, this has long been a shopping and day trip destination. Not so much since Donald Trump's trade war. So the local tourism board here is reviving its campaign known as Buffalo Loves Canada to tell Canadians to come back.
In February, when tariff talks started, we pulled back on all of our advertising because we were getting some negative sentiment, obviously. And we thought this was an opportunity with Canada Day just to dip our toe a little bit into the market again and see what the sentiment is.
I mean, if you have to beg, you've already lost the vibe. And with the recent conflicts where the US attacked Iran, basically starting a new war, people are even more cautious. Who wants to risk being caught up in global tension or retaliatory threats while on vacation? Let me know what you think. Would you still visit America in 2025, or are you spending your vacation money somewhere else? What's keeping you away? Is it the fear of being in the wrong place at the wrong time, or being caught in the craziness and sent to a place you have never been? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Smash that like button if this shocked you. And don't forget to subscribe for more real, raw, and global reactions every week. So YouTube thinks you like this video over here. Empty airports, full opinions. I'll see you in the next one. Au revoir.